Brought to you by Rush TV.
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Turnbuckle. I'm your host, Tammy Young, and this is the news. Let's start off with some announcements. First up, we have the announcement of the Animal House show card. As stated in the previous Turnbuckle episode, Animal House is set to take place on November 23rd, 2024 this year, and we have finally received the official card. Fans seem to be excited as the card has been revealed to showcase plenty of high-profile matches, such as a slight return from Antonio Everett to face off against Alexander Bolek, Mugen versus The Steve, the international champion Nate Ortiz in a non-title match against Paul Pugh, and so much more. While we are on the subject of Nate versus Pugh, word backstage is if Paul Pugh happens to win his match against Nate Ortiz at Animal House, his ban from Chicago, which was the result of his match at OCW's The Clash 2021 event, will be lifted. Following the announcement of the Animal House card, we have a reveal for the Ambition 100 show that is set to take place sometime in January 2025. Not much else has been said about this event, but we will keep you updated on any information that we hear as time goes on. Speaking of Ambition, we have the reveal card for Ambition episode 96, which is set to take place on November 20th, 2024. The matches being advertised for this Ambition show at this time appears to be the returning rookie Victor Matt versus the new face on the roster God Drifter, TOG's Junko Jirota facing off against Mab, DNS's Samuel Omen versus the debuting Steven Jackson, and last but not least, the main event of Underground Elite facing off against YouTube Sensation, ClickBay, and, as with all OCW announced match cards, this card is subject to change. The Rookie Branded show seems to be hitting its stride as we continue on to its 100th episode. Ambition has been the talk of the town recently, as fans of the show were left in shock and awe following a controversial situation that took place during last Ambition's main event of Rory Miller versus Claudio Stardom, but more on that later. And for our final announcement, it seems to be official that OCW will be hosting an 80s themed show. Rumble for Redemption was teased during this episode of Riot. Currently, we have no information on when or where this event will be taking place, but we will keep you updated as soon as more information is shared. OCW seems to be always on the move, and we'll do our best to stay on track with them, but that's all we have for our show announcements. Let's move on to some of the roster updates, as we seem to only have 2 injury reports to update you on today. First up, we have information on Mr. Turmoil and Mayor of Scum City Rex. We have just recently received information that Rex suffered a minor dislocated shoulder during the Splinterfest match at Hard Target against Cassidy Hayes and the CCW champion B17. Rex was not seen on last week's Riot show due to nursing his dislocated shoulder, but rumor has it he is expected to make an appearance on this week's Turmoil. We are happy to hear the injury was only minor and await what Mr. Turmoil has to share. Next up, we have an incident that took place, leaving fans wondering where the entertainment stops and the serious matters begin. As previously mentioned earlier, we have Rory Miller, who was in a devastating post-match attack on Ambition following his heated rivalry with Claudio Stardom, where Rory was bay-bombed so hard the impact left a hole in the mat. Claudio continued attacking Rory until officials raced into the scene along with medical staff. Claudio seems to be on a path of destruction, and no one seems to be safe. As for Rory, currently we have not received any word on his status, but rumor has it he may be out indefinitely with spinal bruising, a very serious injury that could be career-ending. This injury leaves some fans and sponsors of the show wondering what actions are being taken to not only lower workplace injuries such as this, but also as to what consequences should await Claudio Stardom, aka Claudio Hall. Some fans feel it's a risk of the job that should not heed any repercussions, and others feel this attack was strictly targeted towards trying to end Rory's career rather than entertainment for the fans gone wrong. We can only speculate on the issue at hand as we await further developments in the story. But we all here at the Turnbuckle wish Rory a healthy and speedy recovery. With OCW high-profile stars such as Deborah Soto, Rust Cole, Quartz, H2O, and more out of action, OCW continues to push shows to the end of the year with explosive results. As OCW continues its path toward this year's anniversary show, we have no clue what awaits us from the men and women of the roster. But we will do our best to keep you updated as we receive any information. While we are on the subject of explosive results, let's move on to our major news report of the day. In an unexpected move, wrestling company OCWFED has announced a major cutback to its roster and production budget following an incident involving a massive amount of fireworks used during a post-show celebration. The over-the-top display, which was meant to create a fiery spectacle, has reportedly led to significant financial strain on the company, pushing management to take drastic measures to avoid further fiscal damage. The incident occurred following the company's highly anticipated Sensational Championship Celebration extravaganza last Friday, an event that had already garnered significant attention. To celebrate Kumiko Tanaka Sensation and Nate Ortiz on their title wins at the Hard Target pay-per-view, the company staged an elaborate post-event celebration featuring a massive display of pyrotechnics, including performers and special guests. However, sources inside the company claim that the firework-related stunts got out of hand, burning through the allotted budget for production and leading to what one insider described as an uncontrollable financial inferno. According to OCWFED's owner, Jason Clinton Sensation, the celebration was planned as a one-time spectacle to celebrate the success of his wife and son-in-law's title wins. However, due to unforeseen complications and an overzealous use of fire and pyrotechnics, the costs soared to an unsustainable level. "We misjudged the scale of the celebration," Mr. Sensation said in a brief statement at Saturday's sit-down conference. "What was meant to be a fun festival turned into a financial crisis. We're committed to giving our fans the best product, but we need to make adjustments to our business operations in order to stay afloat. This includes reducing our roster and scaling back production costs." As a result of the incident, OCWFED is expected to lay off several members of its roster. Sources say that the cuts will include both underperforming wrestlers and several key backstage personnel. It's also rumored that a number of mid-card and lower-card wrestlers will be released as part of the restructuring. Fans have reacted with mixed emotions to the news. Some have expressed disappointment at the cuts, particularly as the company had recently been making strides in building an exciting roster. Others have defended the company's decision, acknowledging that safety and fiscal responsibility must come first. "This is a wake-up call for all promotions," said wrestling journalist Gabe Seltzer, who has covered the wrestling industry for over a decade. "When companies go overboard with stunts and lose sight of their budget, it's the talent and staff who suffer the most. Hopefully, OCWFED can recover from this and return to its roots as a promotion that prioritizes wrestling first and spectacle second." Despite the financial setback, OCWFED is reportedly committed to honoring its remaining contractual obligations and intends to focus more on wrestling-centric programming moving forward. The company is expected to make further announcements regarding the layoffs and roster adjustments in the coming days. Some adjustments seem to have leaked out, with fans starting to speak out regarding increasing ticket prices for even the Riot and Turmoil shows in an already money-strained economy. No word on if this ticket price increase is to offset the cost of the firework display or if it's a more long-term effect that fans will have to bear with. For now, fans of the company are left hoping that OCWFED can extinguish the flames of this financial misstep and rise again to become a force in the wrestling world, without setting off any more money-burning catastrophes. That's it for today's news. Let's move on to the highlights of last week's Riot. After taking a short hiatus, the OCW Red brand show Riot returns to action with a number of matches and segments that shows why OCW is known for being the wrestling giant that it is. But enough from me, let's get to those highlights.
Here is your winner, Nova Rosello! Following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from London, England, the Queen, Ashley Moore!
Va pa'l Cristo Redentor, Chipeta 2020, apartamento 2020. Lo único que me falta es tener un hijo 2020. A mí me tiran ciego, sordo, mudo y desmayado. Hay uno.
At hard targets, I flew a little too close to the sun. I figured I could make things right by cutting the head off the snake that DNS is, but I failed. It's in the... So here's the deal. Anniversary show. I do my part in ending DNS once and for all. Valkyrie versus Pearl, Hell in a Cell.
Boss, there's a different aura in the air right now, seeing the prodigy Sheldon Trimbley come to the ring. Of course, we were all witness back at Hard Target 2024 in Memphis. The OCW Championship was on the line, and Sheldon didn't just come up short. He came up 4 points short. And boss, the dichotomy, the comparison between the two, the, as you said, humiliation that Sheldon Trimbley faced at Hard Target, the success in the after party that this man, one half of the tag team champions, celebrated. We're seeing two different sides of a coin here. Back from his defeat and maybe get himself into the title picture once again. That super kick, this time blocked, went to the same well one too many times and caught a power bomb. Here is the cover. It can end at any point here at OCW.
What better way to start the road with the newer generation? Oh, look at the power on full display.
Power and creativity, a 5-tool athlete right into the cover. String together some offense against Devin Flash. Hasn't been able to do that yet. Devin Flash trying to sneak one, utilizing his upper body strength, but that it could be a mistake against Sheldon Trimbley. Both men going back and forth here.
We got a little bit of wrestling. Ain't fun. Oh, gee.
Oh, and that'll dislocate a jaw. Blood wide. He hooks it this time. Will it be enough? 1, 2. Devin Flash.
He's the main event, Jake Allen.
Absolutely. This is what you can expect every single week here on Twitch.tv. We are happy to be back in action after Hard Target. Oh, my God. Devin Flash has to do something to put away the Prodigy. Whatever he had in mind, Sheldon didn't want to see it. Was about to be a victim like Valkyrie. Bulldog Pepperton plunge from the Prodigy.
Ooh.
Devin trying to set him up for it. Oh, and there's some aggression of his own.
Oh, my God.
This could be the end of the road for Sheldon Tremblay. And wait,
hold up.
picking him down low. Wait, could this be the F-bomb again? Dropping down Sheldon in the ring. 1, 2, 3. Man meat mountain. That is one half of Mass Effect, one half of the undisputed tag team champions.
Mark my words, Jake Allen. Sooner or later, Devin Flash will be a single. Wait a minute.
Whoa, hold on. That's one half of the pivot. That's Anthony Martin, the professor.
And there you have it. Those are some of the highlights of last week's Riot. But just because this show's over doesn't mean you have to stop here. You can catch up with all the events we didn't show you, as well as the upcoming Turmoil show, exclusive news reports, and so much more at OCWFED.com. I have been your host, Tammy Young. This has been The Turnbuckle, and we will see you next time. Bye!